It's hard to believe the Arya Stark that we've come to know and love was ever a sweet little lass. But you know what they say, if you want a child to be capable of avenging the family name like a total boss, you gotta start him young. When we first met Ned and Catelyn's youngest daughter, she was like most adolescents, struggling to find identity and clashing with her parents' expectations. They wanted her to be a lady, learn how to sew, but the closest she would get to a future in sewing was naming her first sword Needle.
All the best swords have names, you know.
The testy tomboy took to training almost immediately, though she'd learned quickly that any power is double-edged and that trouble is around every corner.
Stop it, both of you! You're spoiling it! You're spoiling everything!
Joffrey may have assumed the throne in season 1, but Arya was the preteen who was really maturing, learning what it's like to take the life of a stranger and seeing a loved one lose his. Things would never be the same. In the wake of Ned Stark's execution, Arya was forced into hiding in King's Landing, but it's here that her character really starts to transform. After Arya is captured by the Lannisters, her death list seems all the more necessary.
Joffrey, Cersei, Walder Frey, Meryn Trant.
And a fellow prisoner named Jaqen helps make her violent aspirations a reality.
You stole 3 deaths from the Red Guard. We have to give them back.
Arya takes Jaqen up on 2 out of 3, the torture of Harrenhal and Sir Armory, but saves the final hit for later. At this point, she's faced with a decision that would seal her fate as a full-fledged assassin with the Faceless Men.
I want to be able to do it too.
If you would learn, you must come with me.
I want to. But I can't.
Not quite feeling that job description, she remains a runaway, falling into step with the Brotherhood Without Borders headed for the Riverlands. But a familiar face from her past catches up with her. And it's then, as the Hound holds her captive, that Arya witnesses certain things a young lady just can't unsee. Here at the end of season 3, Robb's death appears to fully awaken the monster within, as Arya kills intentionally for the first time, the first of many. From here on out, most of Arya's enemies, old and new, meet their maker. When she encountered Polliver, who used Needle to murder her friend Lami in season 2, she turns her sword back on him. When one of the men imprisoned with Jaqen considered rape, sayonara. And when Brienne of Tarth finally freed Arya from the Hound's grasp, she left him to die too, though perhaps with a touch of mercy. By season 5, she's ready to begin her apprenticeship with the Faceless Men in a more official capacity and acquires her deadliest weapon yet, the power to change faces. But after she chooses personal vengeance over a business assignment, there's a price to pay. She's given a glimpse of the hardened killer she's become before she realizes she can't see at all. Blind and broke, season 6 finds Arya begging on the streets of Braavos with fresh new enemies. Her vision is eventually restored, but only because Jaqen is willing to give her a second chance to kill. This time, the target is Lady Crane, but Arya has second thoughts about poisoning the actress and perhaps some compassion. But whatever compassion she possessed for Lady Crane, she does not have for anyone coming after her or her family.
When people ask you what happened here, tell them the North remembers.
After reclaiming her God-given face, Arya inhabits another and commits an act that only the devil could love, killing generations of Freys, a dish best served warm. Let's drink to that, shall we? Posing as her most recent victim, Season 7 witnessed Arya poison the entire Frey camp to avenge her mother and brother's deaths. With this deed done, Arya headed to Winterfell for a family reunion of sorts. Here, Arya's relentless passion for vengeance and Sansa's penchant for peace causes family friction.
They forced me to do it.
Did they? With a knife at your throat? Did they put you on a rack and stretch you until your bones started to pop?
You don't know what it was like. I was a child.
So was I.
Their relationship grows increasingly strained, but nothing brings two people together like a common enemy. Season 7 ends with a reconciliation between the Stark sisters and sets up a character-defining moment for Arya in Season 8. Will she stay in Winterfell to protect what's left of her family, or venture out to cross the remaining names off her list?